Martin. I'm here today to give you a presentation of my novel writing. Some of you might get confused with the name Colin Martin, which is on my books. That is my pen name. I use that. That's my first and middle name, whereas my surname is Hobson. As I say, I've done a presentation like this before. This one I'll do as the whole 3 books that I've done are part of a trilogy. They are Rainmaker, Dream Master and Dream Daughters. All books are here, you see. The outlay I've done is the same as the presentation I did before, which you see on the website. I'll show you after. colinmartinbooks.wordpress.com. I'll show you the website after, and the presentation is much like the one we did before. There is a horror movie picture quiz. That is different to the other presentation. You can have a go at that. What it is you have some pictures of some of the horror movies, and you just guess the name of the film and maybe the year as well. So they are like the presentation before, but they're different pictures. The horror movie clip, which I'll go through again, show you a little bit more of that in the last presentation. And that just gives you some idea of the films, some of the writing, and some of the films that really influenced me to write and do these horror fiction novels. My history in horror, I'll go through that quickly, just to give you an insight of why I'm interested in writing, and I've come to write 3 novels and put them into a trilogy. And then I'll go on to the 3 novels in reading order. So if you're new to come into Colin Martin horror fiction stories, we'll have a look at those so you can read the books in order. And I'll go into any future writing and what I'm thinking of doing and how I write. And then there's some questions. You've got time to show you where you can post questions on the blog and on the website and parts like that. So yes, 3 books we've got. Dream Master being the first one. That's the middle one. And then I went back in time to do Rainmaker, and now just recently published is Dream Daughters here. We can show you a bit more about it after. So there's your horror movie picture quiz, you see. If we just come out to that, you'll just say you'll get that one, and then you'll just work across top, left to right, left to right, left to right. We'll just have a look at those. For now, you'll go from that picture quiz and have a go at that. This is just an example. Some but not all the films that influenced me to write, and of course there's all the authors as well, like James Herbert and Stephen King. Some authors have influenced me to write my books. There's, as I'll explain in a minute, there's a lot of things with films and stuff like that that influenced me to write. These are just clips, you see, depending on your download speed. This is what takes up a lot of the speed. On the website you can download these slides that I've got here and look at these pictures and have a go at the picture quiz, and then you'll go through the slides and see what I've talked to more in depth. You'll see these films. There's a lot of different films here. Things you can watch. These are all films that influenced me to write my books and things like that. But I mean, you can just watch those, and that gives you an idea. These are listed in that order, films that are there. That Just a few though of the films that have really influenced me to write. And going into that, we'll just go back in my basic history in horror. Moved to Sedgley in 1971. Sedgley just between Wolverhampton and Dudley in the Black Country, West Midlands. And I grew up by some woods and fields and used to play as a child around there. This probably what influenced me to do creative writing and with a very imaginative mind. I did a lot of drawing and painting. And of course, as he says, I watched a lot of horror Hammer films back then. The old Peter Cush and Christopher Lee and Vincent Price and all that have you. And from watching those films, I had a recursive dream about a fire demon. That was the first one that influenced me to write, to think to write. But first of all, the first thing I ever thought of was actually to do a board game. And this board game, I'll show you later, it is on the website, a picture of it and some of the rules. I've redeveloped it. But that was the first thing I thought, and I thought about doing a story. And I came up with sketches and notes. And when I was back at college, from college to my first job, I did some of this. I got the first 8 chapters and set them up on the word processor, started typing away, and thought more about the ideas. Because of my further studies and other work commitments, I only got the 8 chapters devised and illustrated, but then I set the book into 3 parts. You'll find my books, I'll show you later, are in 3 parts, usually about 12 chapters per part, and I'll try and set them out. And in these, you see, as I'll explain later, the publishers have done a really good job of putting everything I want in there. Anyway, I set it into 3 parts. What I'm going to do now is the 3 books now I've had them published as part of a trilogy. Even though Dream Master itself was the first debut book, and it's that one that came from them original 3 chapters, 8 chapters, and I did this book first, and that's the first book I had published. Rainmaker here is the first story to read if you come in to read Colin Martin books and my horror fiction. Obviously, there's on the back of the book there, Rainmaker, you've got a blurb there to read about the story, a bit about myself, about the author, and all the cover artwork is done by me. So you've got in the slides, if you download them, the background story and the characters. So Rainmaker be the first one to read. Then you've got Dream Master, which is the second read, but my first book. It was a debut novel I wrote. Again, you've got background story and characters, or you can just look at the book on Amazon. I'll go and show you how to do that. You can look at the book blurb about me again, and just have a look at the book on there. I'll show you a bit more on Amazon. So that's the second read. So about Rainmaker, Dream Master. It goes on to now the 3rd book I've published, which is Dream Daughters, which goes on, follows on. All 3 books follow on. Mainly Dream Master and Dream Daughters are the closest ones. Again, you've got the background and story and characters here on the slides if you want to download those. It's all there. I mean, the secret into my writing, what I've tried to do with all the books, is somewhere in Dream Master, when I was thinking of writing it, and when I nearly finished it, I was thinking of going back in time. Somewhere in Dream Master is the title of Rainmaker, and when Rainmaker was done, I was going into Dream Daughters. So each of the title, it just adds a little bit to it that I like. So when somebody does now read the 3 books and looking at Dream Daughters, they'll go, oh, what's his next story called, or what's the title of his next story called? the ideas are there, and the title will appear in the next book. Obviously, in that book, you'll go into the next book, and then it goes from the fourth book and the fifth book, and so on and so on. So it builds. So it gives the reader something to think. Well, what is the title of his next book? And have a look at what are you reading, or is that it? Is that text there? The title, could that be the title of your next book? Now, I've already done some slides. If you go to the website, I'll show you that after. It's called the tab called Why Write. This will give you some slides that you can download. It shows you more about why write. Basically, with me, I start with a plot or an idea or a story and centre characters around it. Some people get characters and centre the story, but with me, it's an idea of a story. So you get a start with a plot of story, and I'm going to spiral timeline down. So this is like part 1, 2, 3, which is a beginning, middle, and an end. But when you're setting the story out, you start with chapter 1, 2, 3, and these sit on this spinal timeline. And what you do, say chapter 1, that happens in chapter 1. I know what happens in chapter 2 is split by 2 events maybe, or chapter 3 the same, or if you're bringing characters, so all this is the way to do, it shows how I write. But as I say on the previous slides, if you look into the other presentation, and if you on YouTube, and if you look at the Why Write tab on the website, I'll show you later, it gives you more into my writing. So this is just a little idea of how I write. With my writing and having these 3 books now published, hopefully the aspirations in the future, I've just said, to write a 4th book, which has got the title in Dream Daughters. The idea is to go back into the past with the 3 sisters in Dream Daughters, and the idea is to tell each story of before they met each other, all from that, then go into the future and do some sort of series where these girls have got, I don't want to give too much away with the story. But anyway, like I say, you've got Rainmaker, Freelance and Dream Daughters to read. There's the website, colinmartinbooks.wordpress.com. And of course, books can be downloaded from Amazon. They're bought 5x8 copies, 5x8. They are, say you're just buying a nice copy there. You've got the artwork I do myself. You've got the bit of spooky writing that the publishers have made for me, and I like that. You've got a poem, you've got personal acknowledgements, and that was part 1. It's all set out, and it's a lovely glossy feel to the books. But obviously, if you go on Amazon now, $12.95 each. I think Rainmaker is slightly more expensive, it's a little bit thicker. £10 each, you can buy paper books from me, from my stocks. £2 for an e-book, which is like a little stub, a little card where you go into the website and put it in and put the code in, and obviously with the e-book. As I've just said, you've not just got the novel, you've got an inset poem, nice cover artwork, and obviously I'd sign any copies that anybody buys off me. I've got a little liner to put in the book that suits the book. But any questions at all, I'll show you now onto the website. You can post any questions onto the website. So let's go to the website. This is the website, you see. This is the presentation that I've just done. Not really happy with that, so this presentation will fill that in. But to show you the website, you see, if you just scroll down, you can download the slides here. You can download the PowerPoint presentation slides here. So that's all in one thing. So you download those slides and then uncompress them, unzip them, and then you just go from the PowerPoint and it'll run what you've here you see you've got the home page, which shows this video. You've got all my author history, biography, contact details. So contact details. This is where you can see my direct email or my web page for Facebook, or preferably if you've got any comments, just post them into here. I know they've come from the website colinmartinbooks.wordpress.com. I know that the comments have come from there. Just submit that, so that's good. Here's the latest news. The latest news I will show you these books. Look, see. So there's Dream Daughters, Dream Master, and Dream Rainmaker. If we just look at Dream Daughters, if you click on the link here, look, let's just open this in a new window. Here you've got Dream Daughters, see, paperback. So you just click the link in this paperback link here, look, in Dream Daughters in my website. It takes you to the paperback of Dream Daughters here, and you can obviously see the two images, the front and back there. If you go to the Amazon Kindle and look at that one, now that will show you inside. If you hover over, look inside the cover, and then click that, it'll give you the cover, you see, and then this is the inside of a Kindle. So you've got all that there, the contents there. Let's see, you've got part 1, 2 and 3. Each of these parts that I set out in each of the books are 12 chapters long. So it's to try and keep the same format, so anybody coming to read the first book has got an expectation to read the same format to the next book. So you have part 1, 2 and 3, and each of those have 12 chapters. And then each here is a little poem here that summarises up the book. Personal acknowledgements as well, and obviously you start reading part 1, and this gives you a nice little setup. Actually, it'll show you, goes down to chapter 4, so you've got a good 4 chapters there to try and read on Kindle, off Amazon there, just to say, oh, would I like to read these stories? So you can read a few chapters first, just try and read, and then you can obviously, if you like the book, you know, I was purchased on Amazon or approached myself. Let's just go on to Why Write, which is what I was going to show you before. If you want to see how I write, or how I get my ideas, and more into how I put my books together and slot everything together and do more writing, basically. The structure of the novel to the ideas I get, anything like that. If you go to these book writing slides, in that tab called Why Write, and download that. It shouldn't be as a big file as the PowerPoint slides, but if you download that, that'll give you more idea in how I write. This is just for to present show you how to use the website and into my writing. Other projects, as you said before, this is the game that I made at college before I had the idea of writing the first novel. I did this game called Demon Castle because I had that dream about that fire demon. And here there are some rules as well. I've even actually done that as a little project for myself, and caught up with the game and redid the board and the Demon Castle rules. I did that again. Past projects, you see there's the painting I did. Actually did the painting in watercolour of all the books that you see, and then obviously that's scanned in, compressed and uploaded to Author House, my publishers, and then they obviously set round the darkness of the shading around the book and see if that's good enough for me in the back. And they've been absolutely superb the way they've done everything on there. Really recommend the book. There's the painting. That's the presentation. You can see that's from 2015 as well, as we're in 2016 now with this one. There again, a painting of Dream Master, and it appeared in a local newspaper, a little article there, and does some promotions around local libraries. There's a painting of the original. So there's a lot up there. You can see what I've been up to in past projects, future projects, which is a tab under there. This just gives you an idea where I'm thinking of going with my writing. As I said, the next book might go in the past with the Three Sisters, and from that then it goes into the future, carries on from Dream Daughters, as hopefully brings in a series of some sort. They're early days yet, so we've got to see. So there's most of the website I've showed you. Obviously you've got history there, biography, that's my history, some more links here you can look at. History, biography, what I liked and what I've managed to choose my interests. Favourite authors and films again, even board games and computer games. And then I say the contact details again. Direct email, Facebook page, for anything to do with my writing. I would prefer anything to come through on a submitted form from this website, then I know where the questions come from. I mean, it can be anything from whether you want to know about my books, or whether you want to just know how I write, or just a meeting if you're a budding author yourself and you're thinking of writing. I mean, I never thought I could do any writing like this. I've always been good at painting, and so I love creative writing. So I put the two together with the computer and IT skills, and came up with this, but I never thought I'd write. So anybody really can put pen to paper or have some ideas. And I've met a few people on holidays and things like that. So anything you want to talk about, you just do it. Give me any comments or send an email or at the the page there on Facebook. And of course, just have a look at the presentations and everything that's on there. Obviously, any questions, again, just post them on contact details of the website. I just hope that my little presentation this time has clarified the 3 books. So if you're just thinking of coming to read my books, just read Rainmaker first, then Dream Master, and then finally, as now, just published his Dream Daughters. Hope you really enjoy reading them, because they're trying to put them back as a trilogy. So if you can read them as a trilogy, the books flow better through and you understand a bit more about it. I don't want to give it away too much, but if you're coming to read Colin Martin horror fiction, please read them 3 in that order. I mean, they can be read separate, but I'd advise that it's more entertaining to read them that way. If you've got any questions, just post them on the website here. And if there's any more information, or you want to meet or anything like that, all the information's there for you to but say you find no information or you're having trouble getting it off Amazon, just post us a comment on this. It's under order information, contact details, or anything for you, my books, just go to latest news, and you've got the links there to go to